Blind luck or bad choices. We're going to get into the reason why I called it this. I was literally going to call it the domino, which effectively you will understand the more into the spread we get. Now, for those of you that don't know, I'm your host, Yildiz from Yildiz Readings. Yes, my image is up on the screen. Separately, I will have my face on screen in other videos that I will be doing via YouTube. So if you do want to subscribe, come through. We will be covering various subjects, and we do cover the twin flame path for you online weekly for the masculine, feminine, and karmic. Now, if you do want to get a booking based on the joint connection, a lot of times these do come through within the read. However, if you do want something more tailored to who you are, you can actually book a session online. Otherwise, we're going to get into this read. Now, for the karmic, the reason I called it this, and I'm not going to get too far into it because we need to build this context. You generally do start to get synchronistic patterns coming through. And that is going to be within the readings, I would say either side, 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes even closer. And I am physically, for the karmic third party energy or a karmic cycle, I directly am seeing these guys a little bit behind. And it's almost like, oh, there's shit happening in the world. Wrong one. Where is it? We'll just have the close up there. Okay, so there's things happening in the crowding energy, and they're not necessarily looking at it in the correct way. Like, they're kind of looking at it, but at the same time, they're like, no, it's fine. The world's turning upside down. Things aren't changing. Things will stay the same. And I feel like they're actually missing something here. Okay. When you do look at the past position, okay, our spiky senses, and this has come through with the masculines read, with the feminines. You're going to have to go and get the context for your individual side. This person, I can say can be resourceful, okay? Your intuition and healing powers will guide you to better paths, but be careful. Now, they may have felt, again, sometimes when we've got tunnel vision, we are very fixated on the way we want something to be, and we are going in where angels fear to tread. For some of them, I'll just be really frank, I feel they're spending too much. I feel they have a lifestyle. They're keeping up with the Kardashians, which I think that's a bad analogy, really. But, they're trying to live a life, not understanding that some of those things have changed. And it could be a lot of things. I'm not even going to get into it, but I was feeling something to do with wealth, and more than likely is the energy of the gold coins actually showing up here. What they're not seeing in the heart of it, they're like, it's a bit like gold rushing down on your luck, okay? There could be this feeling where this individual is like, no, I'm rushing in where angels fear to tread. I'm not being foolish. Psychically, that's what I'm picking up, and that's the outcome card. Now, as to where they stand in the mix of this, they're not realizing that nothing ever stays the same forever. So they're still living like everything's going to be the same. So what they're showing me is some of the variables that they've based their life on. The person being there, the finances, the job, the people, places, things. What they're actually not taking into account, because they directly are having tunnel vision here, is something already had changed. And this was a very long time ago. And so where they stand in their personal life right now, their spiky senses aren't coming online, because they do feel they're very strong. They feel they're in a very empowered position. I wouldn't be surprised if this comes up, with people in the media, okay? So people that maybe don't have the best interests for the public. Let's put it that way. I'll just be very cautious about how I say things. Now, yeah, cats have 9 lives, but this luck is running out, right? This luck is running out. Blind faith, blind optimism, maybe even going to extremes. Now, I see sometimes when we can't have what we want, sometimes because we have our mind on the goal so hard, we fight when we should put our armor down. Let go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present. So, I don't think they're able to do that. I feel as though something is bringing this person to an angry space because they are on a mission. They will not take no for an answer. There are arguments involved here. They're not listening to reason. And they are going in where angels fear to tread. And this person, they're being blindly optimistic. Like I said, the outcome card, they're going where people are suggesting and recommending. This can be professionals. Again, I am hearing the term professionals, advisories, people that do have their best interests at heart, friends, family. They're saying, look, you've had hard times, man. Do you really want to go on the angels' fear to tread? Do you know what the outcome of this situation can be? Now, theoretically, we are in a 10 vibration, a 1 vibration year with the 0 from the 9 to the 10 in 2026. I have mentioned this in previous videos, is that you will feel both. And why do I say that? It's because part of the astrology is linking to our current North Node. And whilst we were in that vibration of 9 last year, we're still bringing some of that frequency with us at the beginning part of the year. Yeah, it could go to mid-year. But in the first few months, this is something that is a signifier. Now, we're also moving into a need to be the full card in tarot collectively, but this does come down to timing. And so you're going to need to know where that is. And I feel this person is impatient. There has not been a lot of growth in their life for them to have the... do I think they've got coping mechanisms? Yes, but they might not be the ones that are aiding them with patience right now. So instead of actually listening to reason, looking at logic, stepping back from the painting, it's making them make risky decisions with the thought process that in the past they were able to bounce back, everything was fine, there was plenty of time. I don't get that so now. I do feel as though, and we're going to pull clarifiers because I feel this is an altercation with somebody. I feel this person has something in mind about what they're wanting to achieve, and if the outcome hasn't been to their liking, they're going into a warlike fury to actually fight for what they want. And this can be to do with money. Yes and no. Yeah, it can be, but it's not necessarily what they're earning. It's the things that they value that they feel is their right. Okay, so what is this? Well, what are they not? Okay, what is... Okay, somebody is defending their placement. Somebody is breaking the shackles of this circumstance, and because of that, it is changing the karmic's life. And the karmic's like, no, it's always been like this. It's been fine. Everything's great. Everything's going to remain the same. But I do feel the individual that was involved or is involved, this could be a past person, is fighting back and saying, no, this is actually disruptive. This is disruptive, not doing it. And so there is a battle of wills here. And this battle of wills is something they're fighting against. They're wanting to fight this person. This person also doesn't realize they could be having some changes in employment. They may be looking at the fancy, glitzy style they want to live. They also may be jealous about what, and this will be more so for those that already are separated from this karmic energy, because for some this is about that. It's about a person that was already separated and they're looking in and they're very jealous and they're wanting, a little Miss Muffet sort on top of it. It's like getting the things that they need. It's like, okay, well, I've got what I've got, but I've got wealth. Now, the other side of it is inside the relationship, inside the karmic relationship. That just means that pocket group is a little bit further behind, but it's going to be amplifying and moving quicker now. I do get the reunion card and jealousy associated to it. I do get the reasoning why this is coming about. And this also can be the perspective of the karmic, is maybe because of the joint connection, the spiritual connection between both parties here and how they feel towards each other. But I think this is this wrap up, however they do actually view it, is more to do with wrapping up the past than other entities manipulating. Okay. Okay, this person who was or is currently dealing with them is bringing this shit to the floor. They are ripping the tower down. They are severing ties. They are cutting this off at the knee. And so this person's not expecting it. There could be a confrontation. I do feel, and this is going to be a Pacific, kind of channeled message. This could be for a particular karmic pocket group that have bounced between partners. That group, in this particular prediction I'm making now, they're referencing there is going to be a fight between 3 people. That is more to do with, it could be a current partner, it could be a past partner, but it's somebody that they directly had an intimate connection to. And the 2 individuals that I do believe are either separating, or it's like they're turning in and they're turning against this person. They're turning against the karmic. And I don't feel that they were expecting it. I don't feel that they felt that was ever going to happen, because like I said, what they're not saying is that life is how it is. But what they're not seeing is, by their actions and presuming, they're actually setting themselves up for disaster. Now, we are doing more content online, so stay tuned for all the resources, and our updates are all out right now. So if you haven't seen them, go through and see our 3 editions. And if you do want an individual path look in, you can book a reading via our website. All the links for the website are directly below, and we do, through the website, have our Sage Inner Circle Network landing page. So if you need to sign up to that and you want to become part of our membership and get the content pre-released with education, webinars, e-learning, the list goes on, you can come through and join our Sage Inner Circle Network. Take care. Love to see how this reading related, and what juicy information do you have to share with the public?